YouTube, what it do, what it do? It's Maribacho420 The Politician. Let's get into it. Like, share, and subscribe.
And over again. Watch.
My insomnia kept me up till 4 in the morning, and then I woke up at 6:30.
New front in their quest to hijack America's border, and they're now invading Home Depots, yelling at staff and scaring
running on Sean
customers
Connery
while
time,
disabling
bro.
entire stores with their mass return schemes,
I
which don't just shut down these businesses and force out patrons, but also cannibalize the plight of the very illegal immigrants they claim they're sticking up for.
One by one,
hell no, I ain't doing
picked
no
up
evil
a
shit in here,
17-cent
fool.
ice
You
scraper at the
crazy.
Monrovia Home Depot Saturday, bought it, and then got back in long lines.
If I
to
ever do
return
this, I
it,
do something evil,
clogging
I'm taking that
customer
shit to the
service,
sidewalk,
shopping as
fool.
a political act.
Yeah, we wanna scrape ice from our communities, and
I'll make that
it's kind
sidewalk
of symbolic, right,
all
to use an
haunted
ice
and
scraper,
shit.
buy it, and try to collapse their system for a,
Wait,
for
this
a
is
moment,
the politician,
for some
fool,
time.
not fucking.
ICE has made nearly 300,000 arrests across the United States since the beginning of the year, and 1 out of every 45 of those arrests involved a known gang member.
This operation was meant to send a message to all bad people and bad things that we're here in Los Angeles. We haven't left off Los Angeles. If you're still here and you're still an illegal alien or an aggravated felon illegal alien, we're going to arrest you.
Right now it's not worse.
So if you want to know more about the people organizing these boycotts, look at this. Just scroll down the page. They're mad at Target and Amazon too, not just Home Depot. And what none of the people organizing these boycotts are even gonna bother mentioning is that Home Depot's come out multiple times and said, look, we're not told by ICE when they're coming. Their operations are a secret. We don't know anything about it, yet they're being vilified by these people as if they're some arm of the federal government, federal law enforcement.
And other than a group of screaming progressives making a big scene and disrupting the lives of people who came to Home Depot to actually do something, it's hard to see what the goal of these confusing protests actually is. And as you're about to see, they may be doing more harm than good to their cause.
Because if your goal is to shut down the Home Depot,
well, why was your camera in there?
Protect illegal immigrants, and you believe that those people find work at locations like this, if the store's shut down, how is some corrupt business owner gonna illegally hire that person?
Isn't Home Depot doing illegal immigrants a favor
by
not
your phone in
preventing them from soliciting employment to the degree they have allowed for years? And how could they be
right here is I know, I get it. You need it. But right now, it's not worth it, fool. If I could find somewhere, fool, that you could go find and work and shit, I would, fool, but I can't come up with anywhere that's safe right now. Y'all see this shit? This fucking ain't no fucking something just to brush off, fool. Nah, I get it, you're trying to look for work. But with everything that's going down right now, it's not. Sell that ass instead. I'm just kidding.
Accused of being an ICE underling when they are a private business, and certainly not the only private business where ICE makes arrests. And can a protest like this actually accomplish the goal of keeping ICE away from any business in America?
Well, as you're about to see, it can't, and the real reason these activists are taking it to Home Depot has nothing to do with the plight of illegal immigrants who get arrested at businesses like this.
Got me for
and instead, this is about making noise for a whole bunch of socialist causes.
Fool, why are you taking it up with the Home Depot like they got something to do with that shit? like this with talks, Home Depot has been a sanctuary for people that weren't born here naturally, physically. Because sometimes trying to cross the border is fucking crazy for them. I don't know, fool. If Home Depot was a real one, fool, they'd come out with a commercial and say, do not come to Home Depot businesses anymore because they're doing sweeps. Home Depot, if you do that, fool, that's a real one right there, fool. I'll fucking tip my hat. I might take it back if you don't do it, so.
Rolled under the umbrella of open borders. And as we just saw, they hate Target, they hate Amazon, and now they hate Home Depot. But the fascinating thing about this is they don't even have demands
what do they?
Home Depot can help them with.
Ice out of the Home Depot. They sell ice at Home Depot, fool? Ice out of the Home Depot. You spelled that wrong, fool. It's ice out at the Home Depot. Ice out at the Home. No, I'm saying because it says ice out, like, you know, when you go to a restaurant, their ice is out. Get with it.
Home Depot. So they want to get ice out of Home Depot, but ice wasn't there when they showed up at that store and shut it down. And allegedly this disruption lasted over an hour and the store had to close and kick out everybody who was there, which would be customers and people looking for work.
Sorry, I'm not all there right now, fool. Wait, so people went in the Home Depot and protested inside as if like it's a fucking headquarters? Which, I'm not, look, fool, put yourself in their shoes. Not saying, I'm just saying, if they do make Home Depot headquarters, look at it as the militant way, fool. That's a smart way. But it's not. Why the fuck you going into Home Depot? Fool. Who goes inside Home Depot and says, ice out of Home Depot? No, motherfucker. You get the fuck out of Home Depot.
And you know why ICE wasn't there? They don't camp out at Home Depot. Instead, they do targeted enforcement raids, which means if illegal fugitives on the run from them enter a Home Depot or are known to be hanging out there, ICE can legally pursue them and arrest them. And somebody should tell these protesters, if they don't want ICE at Home Depot, they should just protest the fugitives and gang members who are hanging out there. Tell them to stay away, then ICE won't show up. But maddeningly, that's not what they're doing.
What's Santa's favorite holiday destination?
They're doing the penny. The penny.
Lake. And here's why.
You're fucking on my fucking video, and I haven't even got ads on my shit yet, so calm down. If you have a blunt, then light it, but it's legal in Arizona if you're 21 and
Discover Salt Lake, this winter wonderland. Camping World is America's used RV supercenter. We have over 22,000 quality pre-owned RVs in stock that have been deep cleaned and odor neutralized, waste systems flushed and sanitized, and have a brand new mattress. Buy your next RV with confidence at Camping World.
At World Camping. Hey, I'm not gonna lie, I got a green card like that, fool. That shit glows in the dark. The other side, not.
Nice scraper. Nice. What are you guys buying? We are buying ice scrapers.
Right.
I'm not giving out no. Fuck are you get? Why are you getting an ice scraper, fool? And fool, that's not even big, fool. Fool, you got an ice scraper that's as big as your hand. People fucking 20 feet away fucking holding it. People think you're gonna have a pick, fool. You're about to brush your fucking hair and shit.
What are you buying today?
I'm buying ice scraper.
Oh, yeah.
And you know, the thing they're buying is not even an ice scraper. It's a cheap 17-cent plastic version of one of these things that you use to prepare a surface before you apply something to it. These people, I don't even know if they've ever even been to Home Depot before.
This is a plan that literally helps nobody. It's an obvious exercise in futility to everyone watching this. Except as you're about to see these protesters, they happen to think victory is right around the corner.
We wanna scrape ice from our...
So, you're going where there's people trying to find work. Bringing your fucking protest, which protest means you bring cops with you. So at that point, you're heating up Home Depot more than it already is with all the attention that you're bringing to the fucking store and making it even worse. You're basically out there saying, they're over here. They're over here. They're over here.
Our communities. And
it's not
kind
an
of
ice
symbolic,
scraper.
right? To use an ice scraper, buy it, and try to collapse their system for a moment or for some time with the group of people that are witnessing and are willing to stay to stand up for the human rights of day laborers.
Palmira Figueroa is communication.
I don't know if this person has any idea what they're talking about.
Fool, you're at Home Depot, right? You know people are there trying to find work, but you bring your fucking protest, making it more heated for them. But you want to take a stand and say, I'm going to buy an ice scraper. Motherfucker, first find out what an ice scraper is. I don't even know what the fucking ice scraper looks like. I'm just kidding. It looks like an ice scraper, fool.
But apparently her desired response from Home Depot is for them to suit up their cashiers in body armor and have them fight ice tooth and nail if they ever see federal troops inside their stores. Also notice there's nothing stopping individual workers from screaming at the ICE agents or joining the rioters. Undercover. But we don't hear stories of that happening now, do we? Nope, instead the outrage machine has to be imported inside Home Depot.
See, this is what I mean.
And as
when you have a cart and it was been sitting more than 30 minutes on its side, full. Don't hit the button. Make sure you hear that.
We're about to see it's angry and probably well funded.
Palmira Figueroa is communications director for the National Day Laborers Organizing Network that organized the act of consumer activism. For nearly an hour, the so-called buy-in stalled the store from operating as normal, and when the crowd started marching through the aisles, Home Depot closed the store down. A move not lost on activists.
Oh, you actually can shut a store. Right? You can shut it.
Hey, this video is supposed to happen before.
Not shut them.
Rewind it and the word that we said at the same time.
So they want Home Depot to close down. They don't want Home Depot to be open at all if federal agents are on the premises. This is such a stupid request. First of all, these stores are massive. You know how long it takes to close a Home Depot? They have to warn customers before the store is closing.
No, you know how long it takes to walk from one end to the other one? In summertime,
regular scheduled time so that everybody leaves.
Oh,
There's like
hundreds
of thousands of square feet that they've got to clear out and they got to go through. They got to make sure there's nobody inside. You can't just shut the doors and close a Home Depot. And even if you could, these ICE agents, they move quickly. They're in, they're out, they grab their fugitives that they're after, they get them off the streets, and they're gone. Home Depot literally cannot comply with the thing they want. It's impossible. By the time they even see the federal agents, they've already nabbed the person that they're after who wasn't in America to make it safe. Closing the stores isn't going to do anything.
Did not reach Home Depot for comment tonight, but its communication team has repeatedly told the media they do not cooperate with ICE agents and are not notified of raids beforehand.
Exactly.
Still, the stores are often the site of immigration actions aimed at day laborers who famously line up around the stores to offer their services. This was a more traditional...
I feel so bad for Home Depot. They're not part of the federal government. They're out there telling people...
Because it was... Back in the day, the map from Cali, Utah, here, New Mexico... was Mexico until they wanted independence.
Hey guys, look, they don't tell us when they're coming here to arrest criminals. When ICE plans a secret, targeted operation after they've verified the whereabouts of a federal fugitive and they want to go pick that person up, they don't tell everyone that they're coming, and they certainly don't tell us. We don't even know how to be part of the thing that you're out there waving a flag from another country in the street in front of our business for. But these people you see out here demonstrating, not only are they completely confused about Home Depot's role in all this, they're also...
What's that fucking abuelita? What's that abuelita doing there? What's your nana doing there, fool? Have us be in a scooter. Don't be walking, fool. Fulas. Older fools and older fulas. Trust me, an ICE agent ain't gonna fuck with you if he's not ordered to.
So completely confused as to who it is that ICE is out there arresting. They think everybody out there getting arrested is some innocent person that was obeying the law and possibly was even a U.S. citizen. These people have no idea what's going on, as you're about to see.
Afternoon, Nick. So new DHS data exclusively obtained through our sources shows just how deep gang activity is running within the United States. So we've learned that ICE has made nearly 300,000 arrests across the United States since the beginning of the year. And 1 out of every 45...
300,000? Fool, that's not ICE, fool. That's fucking glaciers, fool. Fool, 300,000 arrests in 2025 so far. 1 out of 45 are gang members. 1 out of 263 are a member of the Tren de Aragua. Sorry if I said that wrong. I'm still shocked, fool. That's not even ICE arrest no more, fool. That's glacier attack. What are you thinking, Titanic?
Of those arrests involved a known gang member.
Overnight, come out with the live. God damn it.
I'm just kidding. Wow. In the interior.
Damn, that fool wiggity.
Are tied to 2 of the most violent organizations operating in the U.S. We're talking about Tren de Aragua and MS-13. So if
you see ICE agents at a Home Depot and they're arresting someone, there's a pretty good chance they were going after somebody who was incredibly dangerous. And look, if there are known gang members hanging out in certain areas of the country, like at a Home Depot, for example, and ICE shows up to arrest that person, and they find other people who aren't supposed to be in America but are frequenting a location where you have known gang members, what's their story? How come nobody's curious about that? I would want to know why people find it perfectly acceptable to hang out in the company of known gang members. Are they gang members as well that we just don't know about yet? These are big questions that nobody wants to answer. And at a minimum, when you see...
I gotta stop. You could tell if somebody's a gang member, fool. You'll feel when the motherfuckers are... your body would tell you, hey, this fool, he's... and he'll... How do I know? I don't know, fool.
Somebody getting arrested, there's a chance that person is one of these
Maribacho420
1 out of 45 that have
Politician.
already been taken off the streets, who we know about. And remember, a known gang member is somebody who's not just a gang member, but they've committed crimes as part of that gang. They've got a documented history in the U.S. penal system in some manner. There are many more gang members out there than just the known gang members. Let's put it that way.
1 in every 263 total arrests nationwide is a TDA member.
TDA.
They make up 17% of all gang arrests, roughly 1 out of every 6. And DHS has been spotlighting those TDA busts, including the one that we were first to break out of San Antonio last week, where 51 TDA members were nabbed in this multi-agency effort. MS-13, meantime, remains one of the most entrenched transnational threats. Recent arrests of their gang members include alleged leaders and...
Why do you think there are gang members of these violent organizations hanging out at businesses? Why are they there? They're there to make sure that people that are in America illegally, who came into the country with the help of a criminal cartel somewhere, are here to work off their debts and pay back their quote-unquote overlords who helped them get into the country without permission. These are enforcers that are out there on the streets making sure that people pay up. That is terrible. This is not a good situation at all. Yet we've reached the point of insanity in America where people think buying a 17-cent ice scraper is somehow making the world a better, safer, more just place.
They sell ice at
when
Home
it's
Depot?
justice that's coming for criminals, and these protesters screaming at cashiers, they're the ones trying to stop it.
Yeah, they are still going after who they consider to be the worst of the worst. That might not necessarily be gang members, but still have pretty egregious criminal convictions. So what we can tell you here is we exclusively obtained arrest data information on a Mexican national, 32 years old. He actually entered the country illegally at least
Those fools look like brothers,
13 times. He was actually busted.
How do you get
All 3 of them
arrested
fools
and
look like
re-enter
brothers
the
right
country 13 times? How does that keep happening? It happens when you open a border. And we've got these dangerous repeat criminals
Or
that
am I
are
a
coming in and
dumbass
out of
and
the
they
country.
just
They
double
get kicked out,
pictures?
doesn't matter. They come right back in. What are those people trying to accomplish in America? How are they making America better if they can get arrested and get back in? Like, what type of person is that? How valuable is that person as a criminal to an organization of criminals that need help accomplishing something that involves transiting the border? This is very frightening. These are individuals engaged in crime at a level that I don't think most of us understand. And if they happen to find that person in a Home Depot parking lot, what's the big deal?
That a lot of the individuals that are arrested by ICE or Border Patrol in the interior of the country, they might not have criminal records here in the United States, but they might in their home country. But here's the issue that we run into. We aren't being given that data from these other countries. Venezuela, who we have a bounty on the head of Maduro, right? They're not giving us their arrest data for their criminals that they have in their country. And that is the same thing that we ran into when people were pouring over the border under the Biden administration. We just couldn't vet people. So that is another issue that they're running into with these arrests.
So improper vetting has been a big problem here. Improper vetting means that you have people who break our laws by coming into the country illegally, and they may have rap sheets that are just a total mystery to U.S. law enforcement because there's no database out there where you can just look somebody up and find out what crimes they committed in Venezuela or whether or not they're a Tren de Aragua gang member. Again, known gang members are some of the people that they've been arresting out here. But you don't just have known gang members. You have everybody else in their organization who hasn't been caught yet. You have people who've committed all kinds of crime. And just because they haven't been convicted of a crime here yet in America, you've got radicals out there buying an ice scraper,
if you see something in the air on top of you,
who in many cases are very dangerous and are
You
willing
are
to use force to accomplish the means to some criminal end that does not help our communities, that does not help legal immigrants in America, that's for sure. And these people don't even want to admit that every single time someone crosses our border without permission, that's a crime. And every single day that they stay here without permission, that is another crime. So every single person being arrested by ICE and Border Patrol has committed at least 2 crimes. And why are those people hanging out where known gang members hang out? That is so suspicious. Why are we finding people in the location of known gang member criminals who are like these apex predators of the criminal world? Why doesn't anybody want to talk about that? What do you think? Thank you so much.
I don't know, fool. I'm Zoo. It's Maribacho420 The Politician. Watch that. Hey.